Welcome back, everyone, to Missions 101, where I am back here in Zajâna, where we are to take on the third of the missions in this section, and that is chopping the woods. Oh, you want me to chop down trees or something?
Silver into gold.
Although our troubles are many, those who find their way from Adagim have it worse. There is a sickness there, one that threatens to take hold here in Hiran. We cannot allow that. Already it has found a toehold in northern Hiran, a place locals call the Moulder Grove. Oh, I don't like places called Moulder something. There, as in Adagame, the trees are restless and violent, and the plants twisted and strange. We cannot save Adagim, but we can contain its evil. Please, seek out the strange and twisted plants in the Moulder Grove, and set torch to their progeny. It is the only way that we can be sure that the affliction does not spread and take over Higan as well. Alright, so we need to do some chopping in the woods in order to prevent the spread of this blight. Sometimes the only proper answer to a problem is a good flame. May fortune guide you and bring you swiftly back to Zajâna. Alright, no twists in this, so let's see what we've got. Other than lots of twisted trees, probably. The good news is that we are on the south end of a lake here, so we may have an easier time of remembering our locations than in some of the other forest type ones. Now I need to defeat horns in the Moulder Grove, 12 of them, oh good grief, and burn strange saplings. And I believe this is one of the strange saplings right over here. There we go. We are going to cleanse it with flame. Actually, these look a bit off, which is probably why they are being cleansed in there, but they certainly don't look as bad as those saplings that I cleansed in the first mission in the Moulder Wood. There you go. Alright. That wasn't too painful. Alright, I was just making sure that, yeah, this is a level 40 tree here, okay? Because there was one mission where I noticed that there were some mobs on the periphery that were, let's just say, level talented, meaning that they were at the level of the zone and not at the level of the mission. Fortunately, when I did that one, due to troubles I have with the Motorwood missions, I was able to survive that battle because I was only one level off instead of 120 off. Oh, okay. Okay. I had thought I was in some land area or something. No, actually, I think I'm in an island in the middle of the lake or something like that. Or on the side of the lake. Who knows? I can't remember. I am near. Actually, yeah, I think this is the island to the lake. Alright. So let's take care of that. Good. I see a moving tree up there, so obviously I need to take care of that. But I am not skipping any of these. There's another horn right over there. Okay. Okay, good. We got this nice and proper. It's probably going to be a case of dealing with horns all over the place, and I think I am going to eventually run into that last strange sapling as I go around finding the horns and turning them into kindling. Well, I suppose it'll be a few years before because we are in a swamp here. Are these willows? Yeah, maybe they're willows because that would explain what they're doing in a swamp. Alright, so let's see. This is... Oh yeah, that pair. Let's see if I can I pull off the back? I'm probably going to get both of them. But it seems like there are two that spawn right next to each other. So be in a position where you'd be willing to face two at the same time, take out the weaker of the two, and then do the signature second, and it should be really no problem. But sometimes I just avoid these two. You can get enough horns without going after that pair. But they do like to go around the periphery of the lake. So they can be really, really annoying trying to get to the boss at the end, and you've got this pair that are just coming around in circles around where you're trying to set up for a boss fight. So either be ready to dodge them or kill them quickly. Okay, that is the last. I have only one more horn I have to kill, but based on that discussion I just gave you, obviously there are a couple of extras. Okay, so yeah, as in there. Okay, that's the signature. Well, might as well just take the normal one. Now, the boss, I believe, is on the southeast side of the lake. So here's the... Where's the southwest side of the lake? One of the sides of the, let's see, I am going to the southwest. Okay, yeah, it looks like southwest side of the lake is, if I remember properly. So that would be down this way. Let's see if I remember the boss location properly. That means I should be... Oops. Well... I most definitely found another one of the horns. But the boss... I thought was about here. Maybe my memory isn't as good as I thought it was. Actually, I think I was confusing it with another mission. And that when I slipped and said east, I slipped and said east because east is actually the proper direction. Unfortunately, I've got all these other horns. Well, I suppose... working on that. Too bad horns don't count for the wood troll deed for river hobbits, but okay. Well, we can't have everything. But now, let's head up this way. I think eventually we come to a nice landing area where we could find our boss. Well, all that said, it says it's easy to remember where the boss is located. That's obviously I was wrong. Okay. I think I've gone completely around the lake. Actually, this looks like it could be it. Well, certainly a couple of trees here I need to deal with before I finish it off. And I guess I'll also have to take care of you because you are in my way. Personally, though, I think an axe would be a much more suitable weapon to use against these things. But who am I? Too bad there's not an enmity of the horns. I somehow skirted all around the lake, and I was thinking I was still on the east side when it turned out that I was on the west side. So, there it is. Northeast part of the lake. Very well. So I must have run through the water or something like this and just missed this slot when I was doing my east side run, and then went around all around the north side and down. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, a scout has arrived. Scout has arrived somewhere. Of course, the scout is on the south side because that's where you entered at. So, hello there. This grove makes me despair. I long for it to be lush and green again. May it return to health soon. Yes, we could only hope. That went well enough, except for the bit about forgetting about the north versus south. You set fire to them? It heartens me to hear it. We should be rid of this blight yet, if not by salves or miracles, then by flame. Thank you. Well, I hope you're right. So, it looks like okay. Well, what do we do then? Everything goes boom. Whoa, looks like everything's going to go boom in the next episode of Missions 101.